The 2027 Chevrolet Silverado is shaping up to be the reset truck buyers have been waiting for, and this redesign finally tackles the biggest complaints surrounding the current generation. A fully reimagined cabin, brand new V8 engine architecture, and a hardcore off-road model built to go head-to-head with the Raptor R are all part of the plan. If you've been holding off because Chevy felt one step behind Ford and Ram, this update changes that narrative completely. Instead of chasing trends or leaning on gimmicks, Chevrolet is focusing on what matters most: real capability, long-term durability, and everyday usability that doesn't disappear once the pavement ends. For the past few years, Ford and Ram have owned the spotlight with extreme performance trucks and headline-grabbing horsepower figures. Chevy watched from the sidelines, refining quietly, and now it's ready to respond with a Silverado that finally competes across every category without forcing buyers to compromise. New powertrain strategy. General Motors is making it clear that internal combustion still has a future, even as the industry races toward full electrification. Rather than abandoning proven engine formats, GM is investing heavily in improving them. More than $900 million has been poured into next-generation V8 development, with the goal of delivering stronger performance, improved efficiency, and reliability that truck owners can actually trust. The familiar 2.7-liter turbocharged four-cylinder will remain the entry point, but with refinements aimed at smoother power delivery and better real-world fuel economy. This engine has already proven capable, and the updates are designed to make it feel more responsive under load while maintaining its role as the most efficient gas option in the lineup. The 3.0-liter Duramax inline-6 diesel is also sticking around, defying expectations. With 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque, it continues to serve buyers who value range and towing efficiency over outright speed. For long highway hauls and frequent towing, this diesel remains one of the most balanced engines in the segment. Where things get really interesting is with GM's new small-block V8 family. These engines will replace the outgoing 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter units, with early reports pointing to displacements in the 5.7-liter and 6.6-liter range. Chevrolet is promising noticeable gains in both output and fuel efficiency through improved combustion design and advanced thermal management. To put that into perspective, the current 5.3-liter produces 355 horsepower and 383 pound-feet, while the 6.2-liter delivers 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet. The new engines are expected to push beyond those numbers while improving fuel consumption by as much as 6%, which matters when you're pulling a trailer uphill and watching the fuel needle drop. Electrification isn't being ignored either. A confirmed hybrid Silverado will join the lineup, combining electric torque with traditional engines to make towing smoother and reduce fuel stops. Depending on trim and purpose, the hybrid system will pair electric motors with either the turbo 4-cylinder or a V8. All powertrains will continue using GM's 10-speed automatic, with revisions aimed at smoothing shifts and addressing long-term durability concerns. Completely redesigned interior. Chevrolet heard the criticism loud and clear. The cost-cutting interior carried over from previous Silverados is gone. The 2027 model receives a ground-up cabin redesign that finally brings the truck into the modern era. At the center of the new layout is a sweeping curved display that stretches from the driver's gauge cluster across the dashboard. This setup closely resembles the 33-inch screen used in Cadillac's latest models, creating a clean, high-tech look without overwhelming the driver. The result is a dashboard that feels intentional rather than cluttered. Super Cruise is officially part of the package, giving the Silverado hands-free driving capability on more than 400,000 miles of compatible highways. For long commutes, road trips, and towing on open interstates, this system reduces fatigue in a meaningful way. Importantly, Chevrolet didn't go all in on touch controls. Physical knobs and buttons remain for climate and drive modes, something truck owners consistently prefer when bouncing between job sites or driving with gloves on. Material quality also steps up significantly. Soft touch surfaces replace hard plastics in high contact areas, and seat comfort receives major attention. Improved cushioning and bolstering are designed to support drivers during aggressive driving while remaining comfortable for 8-hour days behind the wheel. Storage has been rethought as well. A larger center console, deeper door pockets, multiple USB-C ports, and wireless charging across most trims turn the Silverado cabin into a functional workspace rather than just a place to sit. Sharper exterior design. The outgoing Silverado has sold well since its debut in 2019, but in the truck world, 6 years is an eternity. Buyers expect visual updates, and the 2027 Silverado delivers a noticeably sharper look. The front end borrows cues from the refreshed Tahoe and Suburban, featuring split lighting with bold C-shaped LED signatures. Thin LED strips sit above the main headlights, giving the truck a confident, aggressive expression without going overboard. The grille strikes a balance between presence and restraint, using a strong mesh pattern and a centered Chevrolet bow tie rather than oversized proportions. Functional lighting improvements make nighttime towing and job site navigation safer and easier. Sculpted fenders add depth and character along the sides, while the rear design adopts elements inspired by the Silverado EV. The multi-flex tailgate returns with refinements, offering multiple configurations for easier loading and access. Certain trims will feature quad exhaust outlets, nodding to Chevrolet's performance heritage, while the hood receives pronounced bulges that hint at the power underneath. A true Raptor competitor, Chevy has watched Ford and Ram dominate the high-performance off-road market, and now it's ready to respond. The ZR2 returns with upgraded suspension tuning, multimatic dampers, locking differentials, and aggressive tires, continuing to serve serious off-road enthusiasts. Above that sits the real wild card, a new ultra-high performance Silverado positioned directly against the Raptor R and TRX. This model is expected to feature a supercharged V8 producing close to, or even beyond, 700 horsepower, long travel suspension, reinforced frame components, enhanced cooling systems, and specialized shocks will allow this truck to sustain high speeds over rough terrain without falling apart. Wider fenders, unique bumpers, and exclusive lighting elements will make it instantly recognizable. This isn't just about numbers, it's about building a truck that can run hard all day in the desert and still drive home comfortably. Release timing and pricing. Chevrolet plans to move quickly. Production is expected to begin in summer, with trucks reaching dealerships by fall, giving Chevy a meaningful lead before Ford's next F-150 update arrives. The base work truck will start around $40,000, keeping it accessible for fleets and contractors. LT trims settle in the mid-$40,000 range, while LTZ and High Country push between $60,000 and $75,000. Hybrid models will add roughly $3,000 to $5,000, a cost that could pay for itself through fuel savings for high-mileage drivers. Release timing and pricing. Chevrolet plans to move quickly. Production is expected to begin in summer, with trucks reaching dealerships by fall, giving Chevy a meaningful lead before Ford's next F-150 update arrives. The 2027 Silverado represents Chevrolet's most complete truck overhaul in years. A modern interior, sharper styling, serious investment in V8 power, hybrid efficiency, and a long-awaited Raptor rival finally put Chevy back in the fight. And the updates don't stop here. The Silverado HD lineup is next in line for a full redesign, bringing even more capability and new powertrain options. If you want to know why waiting for it might be the smartest move, check out our next video where we break down everything that's changing.